Hi, I'm Silke. If you are new to my channel, I am a psychologist and life coach, and I make videos for handling typical social interactions like talking to your boss or like talking to your colleagues or about conflict management and stress management. Welcome to today's video about how to talk to your boss when you feel being treated unfair. Well, navigating the workplace can be tough, especially when you feel like you are not being treated fairly, whether it's missing out on a promotion or getting the short end of the stick with assignments or feeling sidelined, not getting credit for your work or feeling like you're being treated differently from others. Knowing how to tackle these challenges is key, not just for your peace of mind, but also for your career progression. First off, let's understand what unfair treatment looks like. It can show up as discrimination, as favoritism, or those subtle biases that are hard to pin down. Being able to spot these instances means you need to be really aware of your work environment and know what fair treatment looks like. It's crucial to separate occasional misunderstandings, which would be an isolated incident, from systematic unfairness, which would be a pattern. Especially if you notice a pattern, it's time to take action. Unfair treatment can sometimes be subtle, so you must be aware of your surroundings and the behavior of those around you. Ask yourself if the treatment you are receiving is consistent with how others are treated. Everyone, of course, deserves to work in a place where they feel respected and valued. Feeling like you're being treated unfairly at work can be incredibly stressful. It can affect not only your performance, but also your overall well being. Many of us might find ourselves in situations where we feel that we are not being valued or treated justly. But it's really important to recognize and acknowledge the situation. Well, unfair treatment at work is something that needs to be addressed, of course. So, what can we do about it? Let's dive into some practical steps you can take to address unfair treatment at work and how you can confront your boss about unfairness in a constructive and effective way. All right, let's start. Before you go knocking on your boss's door, take a moment to assess the situation. Again, ask yourself if this is a one off incident or something that's happening regularly. Compare your experience with that of your colleagues and consider if there might be external factors at play. Gather concrete examples and all the evidence of the unfair treatment, noting down dates and times and detailed descriptions. Self reflection and documentation will help you see things clearly and back up your case if needed. Keeping a record is essential. Document every instance of unfair treatment, noting dates, times, locations, and the people involved. Include specific examples that highlight the unfairness. This documentation will serve as valuable evidence if you need to escalate the issue further. It can also provide clarity and reassurance that your feelings are justified. Try to understand exactly what you feel is unfair. When it comes to talking to your boss about unfairness, it can be intimidating, but it's a crucial step toward finding a solution. Here's a constructive approach to consider. In the first step, prepare for the conversation. Think about what you want to say, focusing on facts and observations rather than emotions. Use your documentation to provide specific examples. This will help you communicate clearly and confidently. Many issues stem from misunderstandings, and addressing them head on can sometimes resolve the problem. Approach your boss with the intent to have an open and honest discussion. The second step is choosing the right time and setting. Timing is important. Find a moment when your boss isn't stressed or busy in any way. Request a private meeting to ensure there's enough time to discuss things without feeling rushed. Find a private setting where you both can speak freely without any interruptions. Then, When having the conversation with your boss, use I statements to express how their actions or decisions have impacted you. For instance, saying, I feel like my contributions were overlooked during the meeting is more effective than saying, you never give me credit. This approach is less accusatory and helps keep the conversation constructive. Your goal should be to express how the situation makes you feel and seek understanding rather than blame. Be clear about what you perceive as unfair and provide the documented instances as examples. This will help your boss understand your perspective and hopefully lead to a productive conversation. Sometimes they might not even realize that their actions have been unfair. Also, remember to be solution-oriented the whole time. While sharing your feelings is important, also come with potential solutions. Suggest ways to improve the situation, showing your willingness to collaborate and find a resolution. During the conversation, aim to present your points logically and factually, backing them up with the documentation you've gathered. For instance, if you feel your contributions are being overlooked, you might say, I've noticed that the projects I've completed ahead of schedule haven't been acknowledged in recent team meetings, which affects my motivation. By focusing on facts and specific examples, you can steer the conversation towards finding a resolution rather than dwelling on feelings of unfairness. And one more tip here, and that is remain professional. It's natural to feel emotional, but staying professional is key. Keep calm, keep composed, and respectful during the conversation. This professionalism reinforces your credibility and the seriousness of your concerns. Maintaining professionalism is paramount when addressing issues of unfair treatment at work. It's entirely natural to feel a range of emotions like frustration or anger or even disappointment. When you believe you're being treated unfairly, that's just normal. However, allowing these emotions to take over during a critical conversation can detract from the message you are trying to convey. Instead, focus on staying calm, composed, and respectful throughout the whole discussion. This professionalism not only reinforces your credibility, but also underscores the seriousness of your concerns. Another helpful thing you could do is seeking support from colleagues or a mentor. Sometimes a fresh perspective can help you see things differently. Discuss the situation with someone you trust at work. It could be a colleague who has observed the same behavior, or maybe a mentor who can provide guidance. They might offer valuable insights or advise you on how to handle the situation. Moreover, having someone who supports you can boost your confidence and reassure you that you're not alone in this. If the issue persists and isn't resolved through direct communication, it may be time to involve human resources or any higher authority. This is where your documentation becomes crucial. Present your case professionally, focusing on facts and how the situation affects your work and well-being. HR is there to ensure a fair and equitable workplace, and they should take your concerns seriously. They can mediate between you and your boss or initiate an investigation if necessary. Also, familiarize yourself with labor laws and employee rights in your country or region. Understanding your rights empowers you to take informed action. While taking legal action is a last resort, of course, knowing that you have that option can be empowering. Throughout this process, it's important to take care of yourself. Dealing with unfair treatment at work can be emotionally taxing, so prioritize your mental and physical well-being. Find activities outside of work that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's spending time with your loved ones, for example, or pursuing a hobby or practicing mindfulness. Make sure to take time for yourself. It can help alleviate stress and provide a much needed break from the situation at work. To sum up, remember the steps we talked about. First, prepare for the conversation and choose the right time and setting. When having the actual conversation, use I statements. Then, always remember to be solution oriented and stay professional the whole time. That's really important. Control your emotions. If you need to, seek support from coworkers or anybody else. And last but not least, make sure to take care of yourself. Remember that addressing unfair treatment at work is not just about resolving the immediate issue, but also about fostering a positive and respectful work environment. By taking these steps, you are advocating not only for yourself, but also for a healthier workplace culture. It takes courage, it really does, to confront unfairness, but it's an essential step toward ensuring that you and your colleagues are treated with respect and dignity. Ultimately, you deserve to work in an environment where you feel valued and appreciated. By addressing unfair treatment, you are contributing to creating a workplace that recognizes and respects the contributions of all its employees. So take that first step, have that conversation, and know that you are making a difference. Addressing unfair treatment at work is never easy, but it is a necessary step to ensure a healthy and productive work environment. By assessing the situation, preparing for a constructive conversation, and seeking support when needed, you can effectively confront your boss about unfairness. Remember, advocating for yourself is not only important for your well being, but also contributes to fostering a fair and respectful workplace for everyone. By following these steps, you can transform a challenging situation into an opportunity for growth and positive change. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and create the work environment you deserve. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss any of my future new videos. Also, if you subscribe, it really helps my channel grow and it helps me make more helpful content for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in my next video.